What's up guys, it's PVM Vertigo and we're going to be playing Kerbal Space Program again today. This is the 4th episode, I think. Yeah, the 4th episode. As you can see, we have added some mods. Only 2 mods because I'm not going to add any like part mods or anything in the middle of a series. It's still going to be all stock. However, I just needed Flight Engineer and Kerbal Alarm Clock just to help me keep track of my rockets and help me be able to calculate data a lot faster. So yeah, please don't kill me in the comments for adding mods. I just need that Kerbal Engineer Redux for calculating delta V and thrust to weight ratio because, well, I'm not going to use MechJeb, so that's the next best thing. But anyway, not concerning mods. This rocket that I'm sending up is basically the same thing as I used to land on the moon and come back for the first time, because it needs to do basically the same thing except for a different destination. We are sending it to Minmus today. We have no contract for it, but we need some science, and I feel like Minmus will hold a lot of science, considering that we modified the lander a little bit. We added a materials bay for more science and some mystery goo. So we should haul a lot more science from Minmus than we used to with the old lander. So here we are, we're just changing our inclination because Minmus is on an inclination, so we need to just adjust it a little bit. Considering that our leaving point will be right in the middle of where Minmus will be furthest away if we were to go equatorial. But it's a fairly short burn considering it's only like a 5-degree difference. So yeah, we're just gonna get over there. You don't need to see that long burn, so I just skipped over it. But I do make some course adjustments because I want to get as close as possible, because I feel like I can just land there in one shot instead of having to get into orbit like we did with the first ever moon lander. However, yeah, I kind of time warped a little bit too far, but if this is a different mission, I could have just ruined the entire mission, but at least it's Minmus and it has low gravity, so I can adjust this and save my mission, even though it would usually be wrecked by this kind of time warp. So we just come into a sloppy, straight up, straight down orbit for landing, because this lander was optimized for the moon, and Minmus is a lot smaller than the moon. So we can even just like land on this slope here, and it'll be fine. At least I hope it'll be fine. But I didn't really plan this out, so hopefully we won't die. And we're barely touching here. We're gonna land, and oh, we're just leaning it. No, don't lean it. No, 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 no. Come back, come back. There you go. So we're just sitting on the side of the mountain here, and doing some science quickly because we need it. We need to get solar panels for this probe mission we have to do. We're supposed to send a probe or satellite to the moon and put it into a specific orbit, but we need solar panels to do so, otherwise it's not classified as a satellite. Jebediah is going on a little EVA though, so we're done with that science. Now we need to get the EVA science. I really wish you could get a surface sample, because that would boost our science by a whole lot. But our research facility, it needs to be upgraded, and that's 500,000 funds, and we don't have that kind of money right now. So maybe next episode or the episode after that, we will upgrade the research facility so that we can, well, 1, we can get surface samples, and 2, we can get the higher up researching point. Because believe it or not, we are running out of stuff to research, because we can only research up to stuff that's 90 points. So we're just gonna haul this science back to base, or back to Kerbin, and it's gonna be a lot easier than getting back from the moon, considering how low of gravity this is. Now, we're kind of just trying to point in the right way, and yeah, that's the right way actually, right there. Because we want to, of course, get our velocity as low as possible in comparison to Kerbin, because it's most efficient to burn near a body. And yeah, we're gonna get into some sort of funky polar orbit there because of the inclination of Minmus. That's unintended, but we'll fix that once we get out there. But what Jebediah has to do right now is he has to go on another EVA mission to collect all the samples, or all the external science things like the mystery goo and the observation bay. Because if we land on Kerbin, most of that stuff will get blown up from shock, so we need to extract it now and put it in the capsule. And we're just going to detach it so that we don't get any blown up stuff. So Jebediah is finished with doing that, so he's going to come back to his capsule, which is slowly rotating because it doesn't have his help to control it. That's another thing. You can't use or keep SAS on if the pilot's not in there. And that's going to be kind of a problem when it comes to the probe that I have to send to the moon, because it won't have any SAS controls and it's going to be really hard to get it there. So yeah, that's a foreshadowing there, because that's going to be quite a journey getting into a precise orbit when you don't have precise controls. And yeah, he made it back alive. We are back at Kerbin in our little capsule still. We're just going to review all the science data we had from Minmus. And before getting recovered, he wants to see if he can do any more. But no, he can't. So he's just going to get back in and get recovered. He has more than enough anyway. He has like, I don't know, like 300 something. I don't know how much we have total, but we have a lot. Yeah, 401. That's that's quite the amount there. So we can research a few things, like the landing gear, the plane parts, because if we're going to upgrade that research facility, we need funds, and the easiest way to get funds is to use a cheapo plane to fly places and do visual surveys. We also need the solar panels, as I said before, for the probe. And I'm skipping over that because I think we need landing gear more. And we did need it because we have the landing gear and we put it to good use on a plane. And it's kind of a bumpy road here, but Jebediah is a good pilot. Even though it's the first time he's flying a plane, he knows the bumpy road is not good, but he's able to endure. And there he goes, he's doing a bank right there, because we need to turn to the left and head to the center of the continent, off to the sector we have to survey in the air, and 2 EVA survey points, which are new with this update, of course. You may be asking, why would I take like 8 minutes or 8 to 10 minutes of my time flying over to the center of the continent to only get 40 science points when I could fly over to Minmus and get 400 or so like I did last time? Well, the answer is I don't know, I was just kind of doing it for fun. However, it's not wasted fun, because this entire aircraft, if it doesn't get completely destroyed on landing, we can recover for almost full price except for fuel. And also, I want to get kind of good with flying with planes. I'm not really that good right now. I can turn and land and stuff, but I want to get a little better, because eventually most of the space program will be run by planes, at least getting stuff into orbit. Because once we get into bigger parts or bigger stuff that we research, the planes will get big enough to actually lift payload into orbit using their own rocket engines. So we can make a reusable stage that lifts things into orbit, and that's one of my goals. I want to get a cheapo space plane able to launch payloads instead of rockets, because it just make the space program update faster because we have more funds to spend. The in-flight scan was completed. It's out of the way. So right now I'm focusing all my energy on these 2 small landing spots, because you need to get there by plane, because I really do not want to walk a mile, because for Kerbals that is very far. So I'm just trying to keep a slow descending speed. And try to maintain my height here, and it says that I'm entering, so now I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna land here, and there we go. A little bit of a bounce there, but okay. I'm gonna use my brakes. You press B to use the brakes. You need that for planes, because planes do not slow down very fast. But we seem to have slowed down fast enough, because now we're able to get out, EVA report, get one of those, and bam. Contract complete, or somewhat complete. We still have one more thing to do. And I think that we might be able to taxi instead of having to turn in midair. So I'm going to try doing that. So I'm going to taxi, I'm going to turn right and taxi. Taxiing is not my strong spot, and Well, neither is flying, but taxiing is the worst. Guess I'm gonna turn. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. Well, that was unexpected. Yeah, unfortunately, Jebediah died in that crash. It's very sad. He was my most experienced pilot so far. But now this guy has to replace him. Tarlin Kerman is continuing what Jebediah failed to do. He's headed over to Site A, and he's going to complete it. He's going to get there, hopefully land. He's not very experienced yet, but he's going to attempt to land at the site. We're just keeping steady. He's still got his engine going. We're almost there, though, and we're about to complete what Jebediah failed to complete due to my bad taxiing skills and failure to press T for SAS. Alright, there we go. We've entered Site Alpha. And we're actually kind of high. We might overshoot a little bit. And oh, we bounced. Yeah, see, we overshot a little bit. Now I have to taxi all the way back. And this time, you see there, I got SAS on, so we shouldn't crash. Tarlin Kerbin is very happy since he won't blow up today. And there he rolls, rolling up the hill, and soon gonna be rolling down the hill. The site should be coming up soon because we barely there it is. We barely overshot it. He's just gonna use the brakes, get out, get the last bit of science that we need for this contract. There. And I think we might have enough science to buy stability control, which we might need for our SAS-less probe going up to the moon. And well, the SAS seems to be, well, it's not, we don't have any SAS, but the stability control thing seems to be working. We have the fins there to help it out, but yeah, I'm able to turn it, so we should be good as long as you don't make any too major turns while out in space. The atmosphere is going to be able to move in, but in space we'll turn infinitely, which is not going to be good. We did slap an advanced inline stabilizer right on there. I think that's what it's called. Not really sure, but it's able to move this, so that's good. This big stage right here. And you can just see I have it on 4 times time acceleration, of course, and yeah, my movement is very jittery. Especially my attempting to stabilize movement. That is until we can use the time warp glitch, which I think is kind of cheaty, but we don't have any SAS, so what else can you do? And our launch was pretty bad. We got on a funky inclination. Not that funky, but it was still enough that we couldn't make a good encounter with the moon. So we're just going to correct that right there, and then off we go, slowly burning towards the moon. And I just left it unsped up because I just want you to see how hard it is for, yeah, look at that. Look how hard it is for me to burn this way. I'm just wondering what it was like for KSP vets who didn't have SAS. Ugh. But SAS or no, we get here anyway, and we're on a one-way collision to the moon, so we have to fix that. So we're just gonna go the right way. We don't want to go right, we want to go left because we have to orbit a specific way as well as have a specific height and inclination. So we need to adjust for that so that we can get this moolah. Keep in mind, we are making 100,000 funds from this. And this rocket total, I think, cost, what, 18,000 funds? So if we launch a few of these, if we place a few satellites or do a few visual surveys, we should be able to get that prized research facility that we really need. Maybe in the next episode we'll grind some money out and get it. So yeah, here we are, about to reap the riches of this contract. Just have to wait 10 seconds, and I'm pretty sure I kind of added up in my head. I didn't really do it on paper, though. I think that we're up to 90 science now, I think. So yeah, we should be able to upgrade. Are you kidding me? Look at that, 89.9 science. 0.1 less than we needed. I guess my adding wasn't up to par. Oh well. I thought this runway science would be insignificant, but I guess not. So now we purchased the last 90 hub. So yeah, we can't research anything else until we upgrade. So we're gonna have to be grinding out some science. Anyway, we're going to cut it here. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see the rest of this series, which I will be updating in 2 to 3 days like I normally will do. I also have a DayZ series going on as well as a Portal 2 series. And I do post TF2 and CSGO videos as well, so if you like any of those games, check out my channel. This is PVM Vertigo. Peace out.